Sanctuary cities leaders in California are firing back at Jeff Sessions just one day after the DOJ files a lawsuit over border policies.
Completely unprecedented for the chief law enforcement of the United States to come out here and engage in a political stunt, make wild accusations, many of which are based on outright lies.
The lawsuit challenges some of our state laws, which are, again, fully constitutional.
Well, so what can we expect moving forward? Here to weigh in, Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. It's California against the United States of America.
I got to tell you first, I'm very bitter and disappointed at what Steve just told me. I can't have my espresso until 9:30 this morning.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. I've been up since 4.
Check your cortisol.
All right, Brian, I missed what you asked me. I'm sorry.
He's just working on his joke. Let's just wrap it up. About the orangutan smoking. Yeah. No, but what we were just saying is California versus the United States.
Yes. So there's 2 statutes in play here. One, I think the federal government will lose the challenge on, and the statute will be upheld. The other is so blatantly unconstitutional, it should be thrown out immediately. First statute, the government of California has said to everybody that works for the government, local, county, regional, and state, if ICE comes knocking, you can't lie, but you can't cooperate. You can't hide, but you shouldn't communicate. Typical case. Somebody comes here from another country on a visa. They overstay it. They're here for years. They commit a crime. They get arrested. They're about to be bailed out. ICE says, we'll save you, state of California, the cost of prosecuting this person. Give him to us. He'll be back in his home country in 24 hours. California says, forget about it. We're not going to tell you who he is or where he is. They can do that. I think it's reckless, wrong, and dangerous, but it's lawful. The second statute prohibits private business owners from cooperating with ICE. You own a sporting goods shop, you own a restaurant, you own a bookstore. ICE comes by and says, we're looking for this person. Can you help us out? If you answer, if you speak, you've committed a crime. That is so profoundly unconstitutional. Attorney General Sessions said this yesterday. It should be invalidated immediately before there's even a trial.
You know, it's for the people who are watching, they feel so frustrated because it's like these people are in the country illegally, and yet this state has decided they're not going to enforce the laws. So it comes down to that. When does a state get to decide, I'm going to enforce that law, but not that law?
Your husband understands this. This is really a unique state. There's no organized Republican Party. In November, it's a Democrat versus a Democrat. Dianne Feinstein, is she a moderate or a liberal? She's a classic liberal Democrat. She's not far left enough for the Democratic Party of California. These are the people that Jerry Brown and Javier Becerra, the fellow that was standing next to Jerry Brown, former colleague of your husband's, now Attorney General, these are the people that they're trying to please.
All right, let's bring up something else with the Mueller investigation. Evidently, this guy, George Nader, he is somebody that was representing the United Arab Emirates, known in the Middle East, and he is being looked at. He's a cooperating witness right now. One of the stories that came out last night, I believe at the Washington Post, was that Eric Prince might have, in a meeting with him off these Indian
Seychelles,
islands, these islands, came across, also had a chance meeting with some Russian operatives to set up a back channel. But how do you set up a back channel when you're about to be, in a couple of days, you're about to become president?
You know, if the intro to this segment was, has Bob Mueller gone fishing? The implication is this a fishing expedition?
Right.
Right now, he has a treasure trove of 3 new witnesses he never thought he'd have. The loopy Sam Nunberg is now cooperating with him. This guy, George Nader, that none of us ever heard of, and Rick Gates, who's Paul Manafort's right-hand guy for many years, is now a cooperating witness. These are little pieces of the puzzle, little rabbit holes that he's going to go down. He doesn't know what's down there. Ethically, he has to explore them. Legally, many of them, like this Seychelles thing, in my opinion, will lead to nothing. Nothing about the president, nothing about anything illegal. But Mueller is so thorough, he wants to look at all this.
I talked to Eric Prince. He's like, I've known this guy for a while, but I was looking to set up business in Iraq with him, and he knew everyone in the Middle East.
How could it possibly be a crime for them to have a meal at this place? But Mueller would be subject to a lot of criticism if he looked the other way, so he's got to make some inquiry.
Thank you, Judge.
Pleasure.
Always insightful.
All the best.
Thank you.